10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by Lloyd's Construction and Consulting, providing first-class construction services on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. All right, sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, Beef, what are we handing out today, sir?
We're going to hook the Googans up, Dan, with a prize pack that features a family 4-pack of vouchers to go to a Jumbo Shrimp home game of their choosing, and also a $25 gift card from Famous Quick Lube. They could use that towards oil changes or other services. And remember, you can head out with the boys of XL Primetime Friday for the Famous Quick Lube on Blanding. Pick up one of those sweet Trevor Town headbands.
I have a gripe in sports world.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if there's only one that falls victim to, or if there are more. And I don't think there are more. Maybe not. But I saw this. First off, congrats to JU baseball. What an unbelievable story. I'm sure you talked 3-15.
Talked a lot about it.
And they win ASUN and just conference and go to get a regional.
It's beyond rags to riches. I mean, they were the worst team in the conference.
It's unbelievable.
It really is.
They're like 0-11 or
got a bunch of local kids that
that's great.
Contributed, more than contributed to get them there. They beat their arch rival who had swept them. I mean, it was just crazy.
So, and I saw. Okay, so there's only one that this falls into. I don't understand this, so maybe you can explain this to me.
Yes, I probably can.
So I see JU gets number 1 Old Dominion.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. You knew JU would be a 4 seed, obviously. They're 16-32.
Yeah, they're
so whoever
worst record in the entire tournament.
Okay, so I'm like, oh, that's good. So they get number 1 Old Dominion. So I'm thinking, okay, so they'll be up there in Virginia playing Old Dominion. Then I look, and they're going to the Columbia Regional hosted by South Carolina, who's a 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Old Dominion should be hosting it.
Well, except they probably play in like an 800-seat stadium. They're probably incapable of hosting. That's probably what that is.
Florida is playing at noon on Saturday or Friday.
Uh-huh. You don't like that?
Well, I mean, there'll be 1,500 fans there.
Oh. They're probably thinking they don't need them against the 4 seed.
Who?
Florida.
Fans. My point is, if you're a number 1 seed, along with the number 1 seed, you should get to host no matter what. That's how it should work.
Well, then you're killing the team that doesn't have facilities that can host. I mean, there could be more than the baseball field. They may not have. Where is Old Dominion in Norfolk?
Yeah, it's up in Virginia.
So, yeah, I know it's in Virginia. I'm just saying where. I mean, do you have the hotel capability? And if it's in Norfolk, then of course you do. But there might be some places that. Well, no, not really. You got a college, you can.
Yeah, come on.
Well, yeah.
I mean, okay. Like for example, I was at.
And your point being this, they're the 1 seed, but clearly the favorite there will be South Carolina. So yeah.
I'll give.
I bet you there's. Are you sure there's no more? Are they the only one?
Yeah, I just looked.
Oh, they're the only 1 seed.
So because they award. Remember they award.
Yeah.
Well, they shouldn't do that anymore. In college baseball, you should be a big enough boy that if you make the tournament, you get to host.
And it's just the first round. So what? If you don't have enough facilities,
right.
Too bad.
Right.
That's part of our charm.
Yeah.
I got no argument.
Like I was at Mercer yesterday. Nice little park. And there was a hotel right there. I mean, so
no, I don't. I'm not saying those are the reasons. I'm just trying to come up with one why
I just don't think it's
Old
fair.
Dominion wouldn't be allowed to host, and as a 1 seed, then they probably should.
If you earn the 1 seed, you name us the 1 seed.
Yeah.
I thought Florida got
was lucky to host
this year because of COVID. The schools had to bid to be able to host. Yeah, but thank you, Chris. But they've bid to be hosts in years past too. So I don't know. I just thought. Whatever. And they're the only one, so maybe there's an explanation. Like maybe Old Dominion is building its stadium or so, or doesn't have a facility right now. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Because I looked and I saw that they were the only ones. So Beef's getting an answer from somebody as well. Appreciate you guys calling in and on the text line. But Arkansas is hosting. Texas is hosting.
Old Dominion, I'm told, from a guy who's from up in the area. Their baseball stadium, very small, only holds about 2,000 people.
But even still,
okay,
so what?
Well, so what?
So the opponents aren't going to get any.
Instead of 5,000, big deal. I mean, if we're nickel and diamond, if a team earns the right to be one of the top 16, they should get to host. That's the beauty of it. Hey, we're going to this place. It's not the greatest, or it's not. You may have to watch from outside the park, but
apparently, again, from the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, Gators asked to play first to avoid the rain. Wanted to play.
Oh no, I don't mind. I'm just saying. playing Friday. My point was, you said, well, maybe they're in a small stadium. Okay, well, maybe they're in a small stadium.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but when the Gators play Friday at noon, there won't be a lot of people there at one of the best places to go.
That was their choice.
I get it. That's fine. I'm not.
There wouldn't be anyone there if the other game was being played either.
I know.
Yeah.
But that's my point. So it's not that big of a difference.
What you were saying? You're surprised the Gators got a host? They were a top 16
I'm
team.
surprised they got 15. They're number 15. I thought they'd be like 10 or 11.
Oh, you thought they'd be higher than
Yeah,
that.
It's
so funny.
Florida
You're
almost
all
always
year I thought they'd been ranked too high. I think this is about right.
Yeah,
based on how they played, not on their roster or their future, but how they played. They were 5th or 6th in the SEC, no?
Yeah, but they had a great tournament. They won 3. They got to the semifinals. They lost to a very good Tennessee team. And
I think 15 and getting a host is pretty good for the overall
I was disappointed.
season. Yeah.
I mean,
you're certainly more
I'll give you another one.
engaged in Florida baseball than I am. I'm just going by the overall, the look, the conference record and otherwise.
Like LSU got in, and they get to go to Oregon. Oregon's 37-14, but Central Connecticut State, Gonzaga, and LSU could win that.
Yeah, I don't know much about those teams.
I don't either, but whatever. So
I guess Stetson has hosted in the past. They don't exactly have a big building.
yeah, so I know that
I think 2 seats have hosted often in the past, though. That part of it.
well, it shouldn't be that way. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
And
that's all I'm saying.
That's fair too.
If you earn the right, and listen, I know you have to bid, and I know you have to guarantee. That's what they do. These colleges,
Sure.
it's ridiculous. At this point in time, we're
your-
far enough along now in college baseball.
Your merit should get you there.
Yeah.
You should have to buy it.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And if you got a great story, then ride the great story and let them host. Good gracious. That's all. That was my.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, dang, man.
That makes sense. Your
Because-
softball team sure flamed out.
Oh, man.
Justin Fields'
well,
sister's
first off,
an athlete, isn't she?
congrats to Georgia, who had come into the regional, ended their season with a 7-game losing streak, I believe. Then swept through they upset Duke, and they swept through that to get to Florida, and then beat them 2 straight.
Like a drum.
They had lost 7 straight games.
It wasn't even competitive.
Limping in.
Yeah. Justin
Florida
Fields'
beat them in the
sister is
regular
their
season.
star.
Florida beat them in the regular season like 18-1 in one game. Florida picked a bad time. But here's what I said about Florida the whole year, and I was surprised. I didn't think they had the pitching. You know, you got to have that one star pitcher.
They can pitch every game, apparently, in softball.
But Florida had not lost back-to-back games the whole year, Jeff, in softball.
Wow.
They didn't lose back-to-back games the whole year.
And by the way, it's at home, too, for those that aren't aware.
Yeah, and I don't think they've been shut out 2 times in a row since like 2012.
Very disappointing
So-
end of the season, for sure.
They have high expectations there, so it is disappointing. But that's the way it goes sometimes. And listen, FSU went to Baton Rouge and beat LSU, so a great series win for them, and they do go to Oklahoma City. So congratulations to them as we move on in the softball field. But yeah, I like all that stuff. I love a good college softball game. I'll sit there and ODU didn't submit a bid to be a host of the NCAA, so they were sent to Columbia. The school submitted a bid and geographically close to ODU, so they sent them there. Yeah, I get it. Well, ODU couldn't submit a bid because they didn't want to lose money, I guess. And my point is, what, the NCAA is not making millions enough? I mean,
well, that's for sure.
That's my own.
When you give out as much as they do, you're making large percentages. More than that. The Hawks did something very out of character with this squad, and Clint Capella had done enough listening and decided to do a little bit of talking, which will certainly, maybe there's a method to that madness, and he'll take a little bit of the abuse that's been piled on Trae Young when they played in Madison Square Garden, but as that series could possibly conclude tonight, Clint Capella said, did you see what he said yesterday? Did you read it? It makes you angry when you're the opponent.
No, I didn't read it.
You didn't read it. Well, basically, Clint Capella said, the Knicks want to say they're physical and play tough, but they don't win.
Oh.
Something to that effect. We play physical, too. The difference is we win.
I saw John Starks-Randall get frustrated at the end of the game and shove.
John Starks-Randall was seriously exposed. He got way too much.
John Starks-Randall had a great year,
regular
but
season,
he is not. You can't be a superstar and have 3 straight bad games.
I think the Knicks, and like I said, man, they're a dirt dobbing team. I nothing but respect for the fact they have the same record. I mean, but the Knicks are the quintessential example of the difference between the regular season and the postseason.
Yeah.
I mean, when the postseason comes up, you're getting the other guy's best shot. You're getting his double teams.
I would play it like more Atlanta has a star and New York doesn't.
Yeah. Well, they have more options, too. Atlanta has 4 or 5 or 6 guys that can get hot and score 8 points in a row. You've got Burks, Rose, and Randall. That's it.
Why don't we talk more about that Mets-Braves game Saturday night?
It's just one game.
What happened
I was so glad that we got rained out.
Yeah,
That's all.
It's like, come on.
And I'm not a rain out fan, but
It was a Sunday night.
I wanted 2 rain outs and just get home.
Yeah.
But the Braves, yeah.
I told you I'd be happy if we just took one.
Well,
so
you did.
I got my one.
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to get into the 8 o'clock hour, but Prisco put out his top 100.
Yeah.
That's so impossible to do.
Right. I don't.
But what stood out to me is
it all runs together. There's about 600 that could be top 100.
Yeah. Well, what stands out to me is we are, is this the right word, Jeff? Bereft of Jaguar players in the top 100.
Here's the great thing.
There's one.
And he even said it in setting up his list. The great thing is by the time this season ends, I can have 5.
Yeah. And my other question is, when a guy comes in with a ballyhoo of Trevor, do you stick him in at 99 or 100?
Yeah, he didn't put any of the rookies in.
Yeah, you got to play a year so he can evaluate.
But, I mean, there are quarterbacks on that list that right now you tell me you can have Kirk Cousins or Trevor Lawrence. I'll take the unknown or Trevor Lawrence in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You can have Joe Burrow or Trevor Lawrence. I'll take Trevor Lawrence. There are guys
But,
on
I mean,
the
you
list.
can't, you'll see somebody at 70 or somebody not there, and you go, well, how can that guy, it's just 100's too many to compartmentalize, I think. So
I think so,
it's
too.
a fun thing, but it's impossible. But, again, not to be – but the most amazing thing of all is that the old man is like 3rd or 4th, right? 4th, Tom Brady. And you could make an argument for him he could be higher. Tom Brady.
Oh, it should be 1.
43 years old. He's 44 this year in August. Is that correct? Patty Mahomes is 1. Aaron Donald is 2. Aaron Rodgers is 3. Tom Brady is 4. Travis Kelce, 5. TJ Watt, 6. Devontae Adams, 7. Russell Wilson, 8. Myles Garrett, 9. And Josh Allen, 10.
You're right about one thing. We could pick that thing apart for hours.
How can this guy be here and this guy? It's impossible. It's a good try by anyone who is willing to put the effort into it. What a great football player the Yulee Bulldozer has become. And we talked a little bit about him when we were talking with Fred last week. This guy, Derrick Henry.
Yeah. As long as injuries don't derail him, he looks like a lock to go 1,500 another 4 years. Yeah. What number is he at? Did we decide $6,000?
I think it was like 5,000-6,000 already, right?
He can probably get another 6,000 in the next 4 or 5 years if he stays healthy.
Yeah. And this guy, I mean, he
How
puts
old is
in
Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry
28 or 29 already?
Is.
The problem with the running backs is you never know. All it takes
is almost 6,000 yards, and he's had a 1,500-yard season and a 2,000-yard season.
What's his age?
What's incredible about Derrick Henry is the last 3 years he's averaged 4.9, 5.1, and 5.4.
Yeah.
And that's like a fullback.
Love to have him.
Oh, man.
He's a heck of a piece. He single-handedly makes the Titans aren't a playoff team without him.
No.
And yet they diminish the value of a running back. It's kind of
27. He just turned 27.
That's fine. He's in the prime of his career. Yeah. If he could, and you never catch. Emmett had 18,000 yards. You're never catching that. But
no,
you can get up there in the top
I'll tell you this,
3, 5.
This guy, and he's different. He's put together different.
In fact,
because he carried the ball.
I can't think of a guy in history that he reminds me of.
Yeah, since he was 13 years old, he carries the ball 80%.
Yeah, and he's fine with it.
And he's okay with it.
Well, the amazing thing, it's hard to be a man among boys at every level you ramp up, and he is.
And he'll get through this contract, and they'll probably let him go, and he'll go somewhere else, and he'll do some of the same stuff.
Did they ever sign him long term, or they just franchised him?
No, they signed him.
Did he get big money at least?
Let's see. He got good money.
Because the running backs don't get paid at all.
Derrick Henry signed a 4-year, $50 million contract.
That's great money for a running
$12 million signing bonus.
Good for him.
$25.5 million guaranteed. Average annual salary of $12.5 million.
I was thinking this about Travis Etienne. If you're going to become a star, Travis, you're going to thank your lucky stars that they moved you to receiver because you'll make twice as much money.
That's a good point.
Right? Good point. All right. That is today's 10-minute drill. When we come back, I got a Dailies double take on the Gator coaching situation down there. Yes. We had news yesterday, so I want to kick that around. I know you want to talk a little bit about the Tampa Bay Rays this morning and what they're what they're able to do with a limited payroll and just siphoning off talent. It doesn't seem to matter. I mean, they also are very good at deciding when the guys aren't that good anymore.
You go to Tampa.
They nail it.
If you're a pitcher and Tampa gets you you should be happy because somehow you're going to find something.
Well, that's true, too.
Let's do caller number 3, Beef. Tell them what they're going to win.
Caller number 3 right now at 641-1010. Going to go home with a $25 gift card from Famous Quick Lube to use towards services like oil changes and whatnot. Also, get a family 4-pack of vouchers for a jumbo shrimp home game of their choosing. Caller 3 right now, 641-1010.